The Prime Minister has confirmed that defence spending will rise to 2.5% by 2027. He told MPs ahead of his visit to Washington on Thursday he wants it to rise further to 3% of gross domestic product during the next Parliament. Why this? Why now? And how will he pay for it? Our political correspondent Carl Dinnan is at the Houses of Parliament. Carl, take us through this announcement that's been made in the last hour.
Well, you ask why this, Nina, and it's simply because of what is going on in Ukraine and what is going on in Washington and the speed with which the whole strategic situation is changing with the arrival of Donald Trump in the White House. What he's doing, what the Prime Minister has announced in the last hour, is a change to policy. It was to raise defence spending from 2.3 to 2.5% of GDP when the circumstances allow. The Prime Minister announced about an hour ago that that will not happen by 2027. And here's the controversial bit. He is going to fund the entire rise by cutting overseas development aid. That's the aid the government sends to the poorest parts of the world. This is how the Prime Minister told the House of Commons the news just over an hour ago.
We will deliver our commitment to spend 2.5% of GDP on defence, but we will bring it forward so that we reach that level in 2027. In the short term, it can only be funded through hard choices. And in this case, that means we will cut our spending on development assistance, moving from 0.5% of GNI today to 0.3% in 2027.
Now, this is an extraordinary announcement for a Labour Prime Minister to be making, and many of his own MPs are very cross about the cut to overseas development aid. As you can imagine, charities are incandescent with rage about it. And the fact of the matter is that this is happening now, today, and not when the Defence Review reports later in the spring, because the day after tomorrow, Keir Starmer is going to see Donald Trump, and he wants to be able to tell him that Britain is spending more on defence.